Ever fancied meeting the best rapper in Europe and the third in the world? Well, my friends, this is the day for you. But I'm not talking about music, isn't that right, Jill, from William Smith? What am I talking about?
Well, we're talking about wrapping vehicles and self-adhesive products onto buses, trains, all vehicles, cars, trains, automobiles, all of it. So self-adhesive products, it's actually been the technology that's been out for quite a long time now. And the industry is constantly improving. The manufacturers are constantly trying to make the next best product. They actually get together, they ask the specialists like Mike here what's missing, what do they want in a product. The specialists, the experts come together and say, right, well, I want it to be less sticky, I want it to have less static, or we want these wowie colours, and that's where they go away and they manufacture the solution.
Now, talk to me a little bit about how you know that he's the best in Europe and the third in the world. Is there some kind of competition?
Yes, there is. There's competitions that are held all over the world, and FESPA generally is where a lot of the guys go to. I think the one coming up in a few weeks' time at Hamburg, but I might be wrong there. They go along. Any standards can go and start, and they try and get through the heats. When you're good, like Mike is, then you get right the way through. And it's pretty exceptional. It's pretty phenomenal. The guys, they're under a lot of pressure. They have to do it perfectly. They can't damage anything. They can't damage the material. They have to get it right. And hence, we get guys like Mike on board with us to work with William Smiths.
But you've got him as part of your academy as well. Now, William Smith's been around 32 years, did you say? No. You've been there for 1832. My goodness, I got the numbers wrong. 1832, a little bit longer than 32 years then.
But I've been there 32 years.
You've been there 32 years. See, I knew that number came in somewhere. You've been there for a really long time. Now, the academy is something that is new, a part of William Smith. Tell us about that.
Yeah, really exciting. Well, really speaking, the whole industry always looks to William Smiths when they're wanting that expert advice, when they're wanting to know that little bit different. Will this product go here? What's the best product for that? And I started straight from school, making signs on the shop floor, and you don't even realise you're learning when it's a day-to-day job, but you're gathering all of this information. And then a few years into the career at William Smiths, I got an account and I went out on the road and account manager, and that was when I was helping customers, and I didn't realise. Guys were saying, Jill, how do I do this, how do I do that? And you end up training without even realising it. The vehicle wrapping was starting, the training was wrapping. Then we introduced the architectural products last year and that brand. And we needed, instead of people flying in there and getting it wrong, we wanted to teach them the right way right from the outset. So the academy was born, and it's another strength to William Smiths.
Now, you've been a part of William Smith for a very long time, but also you've been a part of Sign and Digital for a really long time as well. Now, what is it about this show, do you think, that made it last so long, but also bring people back year after year?
Well, it's things like our stand today. People are coming to try and find that little bit of something that's going to improve their business. A few years ago, we sell the Rolls Roller, which is a bit of kit that you'll see on one of the other stands. And a few years ago, I had a gentleman who came on the stand and he told his lads, two young lads, go around the stands and I want you to find me something that's going to save me money, whether it's a 50p widget or a 50 grand bit of kit. That's what people come to this show for. They want to find that little bit of thing that's going to make them money and change the direction of their business and their industry. And hopefully, I've already had a few people tell me this morning that, wow, this is exciting, this is what we've come to look at. So yeah, that's why people keep coming back.
Now, Jill, I want to just move around a little bit so we can have a little. Alex, come down here and have a look at what Mike's doing. So he's using. Tell us a little bit about the skill set that he's using here and exactly what's happening.
Well, a lot of these wrapping vinyls now, they all come with very intelligent adhesives. They're bubble-free adhesives, so that you can, if you do get a bubble in there, you can get rid of it quickly. You can warm and influence and just manoeuvre these vinyls around the panels to get them perfect. And Mike's skill, a lot of people think that this is something you can teach yourself on YouTube. We get a lot of guys coming on the course saying they'd bought some product, they'd taught themselves on YouTube, and they very quickly realised it's not the way. And then they come and they get the correct learning, the correct tuition to learn how to do it properly. And also a lot of hints and tips, because you can appreciate that when you get in like Mike and You know, it's not a few hundred vehicles for Mike's wrapped, it's a few thousand. And he's learnt an awful lot of skills and hints and tips about how to make money doing this and still enjoy it and be really I think Mike would agree that the one thing that you will never tire of is seeing your customer's face when they walk in and they see their vehicle wrapped. Whether it's a transit van for a butcher or whether it's somebody's high-end Ferrari, when it's wrapped, it's unique, then you'll never tire of that look that they give when they see that face. So you want to get it good and you want to get it perfect. And you know, when you're of Mike's skill and when you get the correct tuition, then you're in that position to go away and master it.
Now, Mike's going to absolutely hate this because he said, please, please don't talk to me. But I'm just going to ask you one quick question. Now, what did it feel like when you held that championship up? You know, best in Europe, pretty big one there.
It was big privilege. However, the third in the world was rather disappointing for me because I was aiming for the first one. I'm back this year for the first one.
Watch this space. Mike's back. He's going to be first in the world. What can you do differently to be able to notch yourself up a couple of steps?
Keep the quality, keep the quality. We all, the top guys, we all at the same level, and it's just tiny differences. That's just keep the quality. Yeah.
So now, tell me, what's the best thing you've ever wrapped?
It's very hard to say. Probably some race cars. The race cars, they like very technical, yeah, and maybe not the best looking one, the race one, but they really I like the cars, and really technical cars, they might think.
What, you mean this Zebra? This Zebra isn't the best one. No, I'm joking. So what do you think about Silent Digital?
I like it, yeah. We need more shows like that in UK, definitely. I'm attending all the Europe exhibitions, the FESPA. I'm hoping to go to the SEMA this year as well. We need more like that in UK, and definitely we need some competitions in UK, yeah, because there's no wrapping competition in UK.
Brilliant. Well, thanks, Mike. I'll let you crack on because I know you've got a lot to do. I was actually quite surprised, Jill. I honestly stopped him because I thought, gosh, this is gonna go so quickly. He's got his gun out. He's going to go raring for it. But actually, with that skill set, it does take time. What is it, about an hour to wrap something like this?
Well, different guys. I mean, it would take me 2 hours to wrap something like that. Mikey might get that mastered and perfectly finished within 45 minutes. But yeah, there's time, speed and quality do not go together. And this is one of the things we try and get across to guys. Never promise something unless you can deliver it at top-notch quality, take the time it needs. And the more you do something, the better you get at it. It's like anything. Practice makes perfect, but also take time. Just know what you're doing. Don't be afraid to put it in the bin and redo it, because the customer's paying a lot of money for it in the long run, so it's got to be right.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for being a superstar, Jill. Get back to work. Come and see William Smith and Mike doing his wrapping action here. They're going to be doing demos for the whole of the show.